Another Metallica album review. This time I'm reviewing the 1991 album by Metallica, Metallica, or the Black Album, as a lot of people call it. This one has a lot of great tracks. Enter Sandman, I've always loved that one. I have like a memory of that one. I was at a school dance back when I was like about 12 years old. I'm pretty sure I had like asked like the DJ, I'm like, hey, can you play some Metallica? And he had Enter Sandman on. I was like, okay, cool. So I remember like dancing to that one, which was pretty cool. I thought that they had that on there. Enter Sandman. I've always liked that one. Like, like from my first like memories of hearing it. I mean, I probably even. It's possible I may have even heard it when I was like a baby or something. My mom and dad, like when I was little through like teen years and stuff, they always had like rock and roll on, like different rock stations on most of the time. I think it's because my dad, he just like listen to rock and roll most times, so he usually had different stations on. Sometimes they play some Metallica, they play AC/DC, they play even stuff like the Beatles and just all different bands. Beatles I'm not crazy about, but they're alright. They're alright. Like when it goes, it's like I love the riff. It starts off. It's like it's like it's like say your prayers, it's a one. We get my son to include everyone. Tuck you in, free from sin. Sandman who comes, sleep with one eye open. Gripping your pillow tight, exit light. I like that one. It's a great track, great song on that one. I mean, I know it doesn't really have much meaning or anything, that one, but I just think it's a great heavy metal rock song. Sad but true. That's another great one. Holier than thou. That's another great one. The Unforgiven, I'm not too crazy about. I think it's because it's a lot of acoustic and stuff, and I'm just not into that one. Wherever I may roam, I like that one. Wander, wander, wherever I may roam. I like that one. That's a great tune. I remember hearing that on the X Games a few years ago. They played it on the outro to the X Games. After Metallica was there that weekend, they played some of their music. And like the video footage they had, I fit very well with a few things that I felt seemed kind of silly, but it was alright because the rest of it was like showing like a lot of heavy moves and stuff from the weekend done on like bikes, skateboards, dirt bikes, etc., stuff like that. Don't tread on me. Down, wow, wow, wow. I like that one a lot. Through the never. Nothing else matters. I'm not too crazy about that one. It's either, I think, Nothing Else Matters or The Unforgiven, that I feel sounds a lot like Fade to Black. At least from my memory. I haven't listened to this album in a little while, in about almost a year, just because I've heard it so many times. I wanted to listen to other albums, so I started picking up other Metallica albums, as well as like other albums from some other bands like Linkin Park, and picked up an album from System of a Down and one from Blink-182. Of Wolf and Man. And there's The God That Failed. That one has to do with something to do with James Hetfield's mother dying of cancer. He was only like 14 years old, I think. something, and he comes from like a broken home. Mother died when he was about 14. I think I'm not sure what happened with his father. I'm not sure if I don't think his father's still alive. I don't think. There's my friend of misery, the struggle within, the struggle within, the struggle within. Produced by Bob Rock with Hetfield and Ulrich. I think this is the only one out by Elektra Records or whatever. I'm not really sure why it's the only one out by Elektra. Elektra Entertainment, division of Warner Communications. This right here, this is the disc right here. I actually really like this album. This is a great album. I've heard this one a lot. I had gotten this. I think my mom bought it for me like years ago. I think I picked it out for like a Christmas gift, like after Christmas. Did like spent some like Christmas money that me and my mom gave me, or some other like relatives gave me or something, and I picked this up. It has the lyrics to all the songs. It has like a picture of, let me see. I think I'm trying to figure if that's, let's see which one. Okay, that's a picture of James Hetfield right there. And then I think it's a picture of Lars Ulrich, and then Kirk Hammett. It's really hard to see. And this one, I believe, is of Jason Newsted. Pictures in this album are kind of cool right here in this. Kind of opens up. Kind of funny. It's like the way they did it. It's all in like one piece. It's not like it's kind of cool they did it. It can be kind of difficult to put away correctly though, but I think I'm putting it away pretty easily this time. Yeah, this is a great album. I've heard it a lot. Some of these songs I've heard on the radio a lot over the years. Well, like Enter Sandman, I think I've heard on the radio, probably Wherever I May Roam. Nothing Else Matters. It's from 1991. This is the second one with Jason Newsted. Great album. Just, I really like every one of these songs on here. I'm not sure if I'd say that it's totally thrashy, like first two or three, but it's a lot of good heavy metal rock songs, and I just think it's great. Just great album. If you're into metal, or if you're not into metal but you're into like hard rock, and like maybe like you've never heard Metallica and you want to hear like one of their best albums, this might be one to go for. I actually wondered if this actually might have been their first album years ago, because it's just called Metallica and shows like a snake on it, and I was actually thinking like, I was wondering if maybe this was their first one. I think like I didn't realize that they had been around since the early 80s and had like up to like 4 albums before that, because let me see, 83, 84, 86, 88. Yeah, I don't think I realized that. I think I just thought that like all those albums came after, and maybe this was the first one since it's just called Metallica. But apparently not. So it was like, I was like, oh wow, they actually have been around longer than that. There's something like when I first like the song Enter Sandman, it kind of reminds me a little bit of I Disappear, which they did a music video for Mission Impossible 2 around 2000, starring Tom Cruise. I'm not really into the Mission Impossible franchise. I've just never really gotten into it. I saw it the first one, and I just didn't go for it. Although it was years ago, so I don't know. Maybe I'd give it another chance if I see it on TV sometime. I don't know. Most likely no, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I love like like Inner Sandman, like the beginning, the opening riff. The opening riff. It almost sounds like it's like working music like that you could like. I almost picture like people like I almost think of it as like working man's music, or like maybe if somebody's a woman watching this, they consider working woman's music. I'm thinking like people like hard at work or something, like doing something, and just like okay, getting this done. You know, it feels like that to me, like the opening riff. The music video is kind of cool to it. You know, a little creepy, but kind of cool. I think it was one of the early music videos for Metallica. It was probably on MTV back in '91 when MTV actually played music videos. I mean, I don't even think they play music videos anymore. I think it's mainly just because of YouTube now. Like, they don't really have the need to because, like, that's why they don't have TRL anymore. Because, like, everybody was able to hear, like, the latest tracks and stuff on YouTube. I mean, latest songs and stuff latest songs and stuff on YouTube first. So, like, things are different now with that. Things are, like, faster, stuff like that. So, I'm not really sure if I have much else to say. I've definitely heard a lot of these songs many times over the years. It's like this is one of the first albums that when I first started driving, like I like put this album in my car and I started listening to this one, and I put I think Linkin Park Hybrid Theory in there, and I might have put something else in there as well, like maybe ACDC Back in Black or something in there. Like, and I was like, I just wanted to listen to this stuff. So for what I didn't have as many albums of anything back then. I only have like like 15 albums or something, if that. I don't know. Well, I don't really know if I have much else to say about this one, but good album. I'd highly recommend it if you're a Metallica fan, or even if you're not. I'd check it out. I like how in I think it's in Horror Than Now it says, "Judge not, lest ye be judge yourself." I think that's kind of cool. Like that's like a scripture right in the Bible. It says something like that. It says like, "Judge not, lest ye be judged yourself," or "Judge not, lest ye yourself be judged." Something like that. Maybe it might be a little off. I think there's different versions, like New Living Translation, King James Version, all kinds of versions. So, I think I'll stop it there.